And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Gran Turismo 2. And today is, time for two very specific endurances. Or at least according to my calculation, it should be time for that, because they should take kinda like the amount of time that I usually stream, I think. Or at least I hope. But you know. So let me show you, first of all. As you can see, the endurances that are left are 3, but the ones that I plan to do today are the Laguna Seca one and the Trial Mountain. Laguna Seca has free entrance, which means that you can bring the fastest car you can get. I personally want to bring my Skyline here, and that's what I'm gonna do. So for that, I need to, well, go to the Skyline, which is right there. So I grab this guy. Hopefully this guy is enough. But I need to do a couple of purchases before that. Because this guy doesn't have the best turbo kit available because of the previous limitations, so I need to get it to him in turbo here. So you go for turbo kits and you go for stage 4. You can see it increases the horsepower quite a lot. And the other thing is buying the soft tires, because the ones I have are super soft, which deteriorate very quickly. We don't want that, so we're gonna buy this racing soft here and obviously equip it. Another thing, might as well, since I'm here, I want to wash it before the big event, though it's probably not even gonna have any difference, but might as well, just because I don't see any difference. But hey, if you tell me that you washed it, I believe you. I mean, after all, for 50 credits. Alright, so Laguna Seca 200 miles. Really don't know if my car is even gonna be enough for this, but this is gonna be a long endurance. This is most likely gonna be a 2 hours endurance, so it is what it is. It's probably gonna be around 70 laps or 60, most likely. Just gonna double check in case, but I think, yes, double soft tires, that's fine, okay. So, probably 70 laps or something like that. If it's 200 miles, it has to be something like that. Probably. Actually, it's 90, never mind. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. 90 laps. Well, ain't that an exaggeration? 90 laps. Alright, I knew that this one was gonna be long, but Jesus fucking Christ. Also, are all of the cars in this race Nissan? Seems that they are all Nissan. I mean, my car is a Nissan, yes, but the other ones seem like they are Nissan too. The funny thing of Laguna Seca is that it's usually a circuit that is not quite ready for this sort of cars, I will say. I mean, Laguna Seca is a very small and very, I don't know if I should say technical circuit. So a lot of these things, a lot of these, you know, corners are usually very slow for cars like this, you know. They are not really very long straights or anything like that, so. Another problem is that I don't know if this car is enough. I'm actually seeing that I'm struggling a little bit. So I might need another car, which will be quite sad because I really wanted to win with this guy, but it seems that it might not be enough. I mean, it's too early to tell still, but I feel that it might not be enough. We have to bring a racing prototype here. Yeah, my little guy is struggling a little bit. The only hope I have is when these guys use their tires, I might be able to take advantage of the situation, but I think that I might need to switch the car, because I think that this is just way too risky. Like, way too risky to do an endurance like this, really. If it was a little bit shorter, maybe. But it's a 2-hour endurance. It's one of the longest endurances in the game. I probably should go for a different car, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna stop fucking up in no time. Though at that point, the question is, how do they deal with the pit stops? Because if they have less pit stops than me, that will be trouble. That will be a very big trouble. So yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what to do. And again, when it comes to bringing better cars, the thing about Laguna Seca is that it's just as I say, it's a technical circuit. It's hard in general, especially if you're using a fast car. I think that this circuit is really more thought for way slower cars. So I'm surprised that this is the endurance that has free HP entry. Doesn't seem very fitting, honestly, but seems that it's the way it is. So I think what my plan is for now, because it seems that the victory is very far from being guaranteed. So what I'm gonna do is see when they stop first. What is their pit stop? If their pit stop is before mine, then I definitely will win. But if their pit stop is after mine, I will probably have to retire, which is a problem because that in itself will take its time to confirm, right? Like, it's not something that is gonna be instantaneous. I know that it's just easier to abandon right now and go pick a different car, but quite honestly, I don't think there are many other cars that will give me that much of an easier time here. This car is fast. It's not the fastest one, but it's quite fast. And quite honestly, being fast is not really the final answer here, you know? It's all about handling the fucked up corners that Laguna Seca has, especially the corkscrew. Also, let's not forget that this car, the way it is, as you can see on the graphic in the right side, the tires that get worn out first are the front ones. The front tires are the ones to be worn out first, which means a lot more understeering, which is not, I mean, it's bad because obviously you will do the corners slower, but at the same time it's not as bad as it could be. Because understeering at the very least means that you're not gonna lose control unless you know, really let go the accelerator. Or you don't let go the accelerator when you should, and you just go to the dirt. Well, dirt or clay, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think it's dirt. I mean, it's called Laguna Seca, which means dried up lagoon. So I'm assuming that it's very dry dirt. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, dude. The second place is very close. That's some. Look at that. is right on my ass. So the only thing that could guarantee a victory here, as I said, is if he stops before me. He doesn't stop before me, it's she's. Maybe it will be a good idea to buy a racing prototype now. But that is if they are even available. Damn, Jesus Christ, this guy is so fucking close. The other guys are relatively close too. I wonder when the difference are gonna start to show up. Because they aren't really showing up that much right now. God damn it. This guy wants to overtake. You always lose time in the corkscrew because I take that corner super slowly. So he can't do much other than wait behind me. And the funny thing is that might be the reason why everyone is so close together. Because the second place is actually wasting its time being behind me. Like, the second place, if he was ahead of me, he wouldn't be wasting this much time. That's probably what's going on here. The difference will be a lot more obvious otherwise. What car do I use? I really need to go for a racing prototype. I mean, is a racing prototype even a good idea for a track like this? I don't know. Also, the car behind me is a Nissan, but I wonder if it's one of the Nissans that it's available for purchase or not. I think it might be one of those special models and shit. Probably. Yeah. Right now I'm basically playing with fire. Playing with fire, and it's never a good idea to play with fire. Now the question is about the pit stops. When will I pit stop? Because it's 90 laps. So, I mean, obviously that's very long, but the real question is, where will you stop? How many stints are you gonna have in total? Like, I'm pretty sure that lap 10, I don't need to stop there, right? If I stop in lap 10, that will mean that I will need to stop 8 times total in the whole race. I highly doubt that's gonna be the case, right? So with that out of the way, what other stops could I have? Because you can see that my front tires are already feeling the heat. And we don't like that. We are unfortunately feeling the heat. The question is, if I divide 90, well, if I divide it by 9, it's 10, obviously. If I divide it by 8, the result will be 11 point something, which means that I will need 12 laps per stint. Which is not a really good idea. And if I divide it by 7, I will probably need 13, right? Yeah, 13. That's not that much better either. If I divide it by 6, I can actually divide it by 6 perfectly. It will be 15. I guess that will be the good idea. But the problem is that my tires, I don't think they are gonna hold up till lap 15. I mean, I could try, but they are not looking very hot right now. If I can hold up until lap 15, that will mean Wow, there is a car. Did you see that there was a car in the middle of the corkscrew corner? Like right there, it's stuck. He can't do anything. That's quite funny. That's a little bit funny, I must admit. Sadly, that is... Yeah, and he's still stuck there. Look at that. If you look at the minimap, that green square that is by itself, that's the car that is stuck on the corkscrew. Is he gonna be there forever? I mean, he doesn't seem to be getting in the way. I just fucked up the corner and at the same time I got distracted. That didn't help, but if you do the corner normally, he shouldn't really get in the way. I'm also assuming that he's gonna get out of there. Something tells me that the AI doesn't know how to reverse. Because what the AI is probably trying there is trying to drive out of the corner by going forward. And it's obviously not working, so... yeah. Oh. There. I took you out. I guess he does get in the way depending on how you do the corner. So where are my thanks? I deserve to be thanked for that. I deserve a thanks minimum. And the best way to thank me will be to tell the other guys to go to pits. That will be amazing. But yeah, that seems to not be the case. It's like the other guys don't feel like going to the pits. So yeah, we are kind of like in trouble right now. A little bit in trouble. At least there was a guy that fucked up in a corner, so that makes me think that the other guys also can fuck up in corners just like that. But I really need to know when these guys are gonna pit. And they are not showing any signals of pitting, which really worries me a lot. Hey, calm down. In the corkscrew. The thing about the corkscrew is that it's gonna be a problem regardless of what car I use. Doesn't matter which car I use, the corkscrew is not gonna, you know, get out of there, so... that's still gonna be a problem. And these guys, yeah. As I say, they are most likely so close because I'm basically slowing everyone else down. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to pits until these guys go to pits. That's a dangerous thing to say. A dangerous thing to do. Because if my initial plan is stopping at lap 15... if they were to stop right now, for example, I could win just because I'm gonna stop one time less than them. That's the only reason why I will win this. Not because I'm faster, but because I have a better management of the tires, if you wanna call it that way. But yeah, you can see that my tires are quite orange right now, so I don't know. Oh, damn it. You need to brake so much there. With the tires in this state, you really need to brake. It's also gonna be a good idea, even if I need to abandon this, because it's clear that I can win. Even if that's the case, it's gonna be useful to know when they are gonna stop, just for reference for another race, right? Still surprised though that they didn't overtake me yet. That's the thing that doesn't make much sense to me, because, well, that's what I get for talking. Why didn't they overtake me, you say? Well, there it is. You wanted an overtake? There is your overtake. Oof. That was close. The guy is going so much faster than me that he tries to overtake from the outer side. Like, he's absolutely tired of me. Tired of my shit. Oh, god damn. I don't understand. Are they using hard tires? Maybe they are using hard tires. So otherwise, I just don't see how you wouldn't stop in pits right now. I feel like you will need to, wouldn't you? I don't know. Well, at least the good news is that I can hold on to lap 15. Those are only good news if these guys go to pits right now, which I kinda doubt. Hey, that's the guy. Oh, that's actually the guy that is lap. So him being in front of me is not a problem. This guy pretty much has one less lap than everyone else, so yeah, you can take the lead, I don't care. Pretty cute that he... Oh shit, they are going to pits now, okay. In lap 14 they go to pits. What does that mean? Lap 14 means that they will have necessarily one more pit stop than mine if they keep the pit stops linear. Okay, that means that I can actually win. I should pit stop this lap, really. Because if I didn't pit stop this lap, what will be the next time to pit stop? It will be lap 17? 17? No, 18. It will be lap 18. I don't think I can hold on to lap 18. It also seems a little bit unnecessary to do such a thing. That will be a good thing though. If I stop on lap 18, that will be a lot less pit stops. Another problem here is that since they are not having me in front of them, they are also driving a lot more... Oh, that's a nice corner. That's a pretty cool corner there. But let's see if this is a mistake or not. By going on lap 15, that means that every other lap that I'm gonna stop in pits is gonna be the lap that you can multiply by 15, so it will be 30. Wait, you can exit here? That's illegal, by the way. That's not where the pit exit is. I don't know if the other cars even care. I don't think they do. Yeah, they don't care. Okay. Like, the pit stop is basically on outside of that corner. There is a specific path choose for that, but they don't give a flying fuck about that. Well, even if I have one less pit stop than these guys theoretically, this is still not very good, you know. This is still not very good because I still need to resist them in a very fucked up way. At least the guy that is right behind me is the guy that is not second place, is the guy that is lap. Yeah, I don't know, dude, this is way too risky. Any mistake I make here is gonna be huge. I can make mistakes, or rather I can make big mistakes. Like I can choose, for example, if I fuck up the corkscrew once, I'm absolutely doomed. So I need to take this race super carefully. I need to basically, I need to be super careful, pretty much. I just need to be extremely careful. So yeah, this is a bad idea, see? Like, it might be exciting, or at least more exciting compared to literally every other endurance that I did so far, but this is very scary. It's very scary because really any big mistake means losing the race, and you don't want to lose the race when you already invested an hour on it, you know? And I say an hour the same way I will say 2 hours, which is the actual full length of the race. So yeah, this is bad. This is bad, and I kinda regret doing this, but I feel like we need to give it a try. If this fails, it really will be devastating. But I guess it doesn't hurt to have some stakes for once, you know? Doesn't hurt to actually don't know if you're gonna win or not. But it really will hurt if I don't. At least I'm doing it with a car I like. That's also another thing that is cool. Doing it with a car I actually like. Also, the same way that this guy that is behind me fucked up, the other guys can also fuck up, you know. It's definitely a possibility. So as I say before, the next pit stop will be in lap 30, 45, 60, 75, and that will be the last one. Basically 5 pit stops in total, if I'm not mistaken. I think 5 pit stops. And if they follow their pit stops in a linear way, they will have to pit stop 6 times, which will mean that I will have 1 less pit stop by the end. So like, even if I'm losing, like even if they somehow end up in front of me, it might not be a bad idea to keep going. Well, I mean, once you are a very long time into the race, you might as well keep going just to see what happens, you know. Yeah, this race is gonna be legendary, it seems. Absolutely legendary. It's unfortunate that we are only gonna see the advantages of this strategy at the end of the race. So basically for the whole race, we're gonna be a little bit scared thinking about what is gonna happen. That was risky. We're gonna be thinking and thinking, what if we fuck it up? But it's okay. But yeah, I wonder if I use a car that has more horsepower, if this race will end any faster. Because that's another thing about the endurances, you know. Like, it's not the same thing to do an endurance with a car that is slower than a car that is faster. Because even if the result is the same, even if you win regardless, the difference is how long you're gonna take to do the endurance. And obviously you want to take the least amount of time possible. That's another reason why picking this car might be a mistake, as maybe another car could make this a lot faster. That's what I'm saying. Is that really the case? Like, can I just pick a car with more horsepower and have a better chance at finishing this earlier? Because I'm not that sure about that. Oof, that guy got fucked. He deserves it for trying to challenge me on the corkscrew. It's shit. Who the fuck even tries to overtake there? Come on, dude, it's the fucking corkscrew. You're not supposed to overtake there. You got what you deserve. How is this gonna change the guys behind me, though? Like, was that a good idea? I don't know. I'm assuming that if you're there, Yami, and you understand what's going on, this is probably something that you love, don't you? Because this is definitely a race where basically the progress of 2 hours can go to the trash very quickly. So I'm pretty sure that you love this, don't you? Just like when you watch Champ King and you're wishing for me to fall and lose hours of progress. I'm assuming that you're loving this shit, aren't you? I'm assuming you are just adoring it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm loving it though. I appreciate making the race exciting, but yeah, the cost might be way too high. The cost might be a little bit too high. If I was paying attention. Well, the only thing you need to know is that this is an endurance race that is gonna be 2 hours long, and I'm not sure if I can win. That's basically the current status. It's a 2-hour race that it's not guaranteed that I will win. So yeah, hopefully that serves as reference. Anyways, how is it going, Yami? I think that that's simple enough to understand, basically. How the progress of 2 hours can go down the dumpster just because I make a big mistake. And when I say mistake, I actually mean a driving mistake. I don't mean being dumb about something. I mean that I could actually drive out of the race, drive out of the track and lose a lot of time and get overtaken. That sort of mistake. Also, how is it going, Kael? Just don't fuck up. I know. But yeah, dude, this is insane. Like, I'm very scared. The smartest thing I should have done is when I realized that these cars were not really slower than me, will be abandoning and picking another car. But I was like, will picking another car really make a difference? This is Laguna Seca, dude. This is not a fast track. This is a very slow ass track, so like picking a faster car, will that really help me? If anything, I don't know if that will be even worse. Because the only places where it could go fast, I probably will go so fast that I couldn't keep control on the corner that comes afterwards, you know? The only good thing about this race is that this car behind me, that white car that you're seeing there, is lap. It's lap because he fucked up, right? That's the only good thing about this. That was probably a miracle in itself. However, every other car that is behind that car is not lap. They are cars that are on my same lap. So if any of those cars overtake me, they will actually overtake me. Like, I will lose my leadership. Do you understand what the problem is? There is an advantage though, as I mentioned earlier, and it's that these guys are going to pit sooner than me. That means that I have one less pit stop in total than them, which will mean, obviously, that I will have an advantage of a whole pit stop, which is great. Because this pit stop might take like 20 seconds or whatever, right? So I have that advantage right now. That's the good thing. The problem is that that's an advantage that you're not gonna see until the very end of the race. See, this car that overtook me right now, it doesn't matter his lap. As you can see up there, the position first doesn't change. And I gotta say that I'm very glad because he does seem to be one of the fastest cars here. I mean, after all, the cars behind me, behind him and behind me, I guess, have not really overtook him yet, which doesn't mean that they are necessarily slower or that he's faster. That just means that he's also in a completely different situation because he's not even going to pits at the same laps as they do. But at the same time, dude, I don't know. This shit is looking iffy. According to my calculations though, we will see, and this is the problem, right? We will see the fruits of my strategy, like the result of my strategy in lap 84. According to my calculations, in lap 84 they should stop in pits and I shouldn't stop in pits. And that will give me pretty much the advantage. The car at your side is probably cheating. This guy? Well, I'm glad if he's cheating because he's lap anyway, so it doesn't matter if he cheats, he's not going first. Also, according to my calculations, this guy should stop on lap 28. Except for the guy behind me. The guy behind me is probably gonna stop on lap 29. Most likely. You know what? I think it's a better idea to just let this car pass. Because I think that we are both wasting time here. I really can't afford to waste time myself. But yeah, you keep going. Yeah. Do your own shit. You do your own shit. I don't care. But yeah, that's the problem. That corkscrew is always a problem, no matter what. He's one lap behind. Yeah, he's one lap behind. He's one lap behind. Is he second or last? No, he's last. That's because he's the only guy that crashed on the corkscrew. He crashed on the corkscrew and the AI is so brain dead that he couldn't get out of the corkscrew for a whole lap, basically. In fact, I'm not even sure how many laps he's lapped. He might be lapped by 1 lap or by 2 laps. I think he might be lapped by 2 laps, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the thing is that basically, he crashed in the corkscrew, he couldn't get out, and it was only because I crashed him that he could get out. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten out. And it's not like I did it because I'm a good person. I did it because he was in the way of my racing line. Which my racing line wasn't very good, I'll admit, but still. The other 4 are on my same lap. No. The other 4 are actually on my tail, which is the reason why I say that this is so scary. Because it means that I could lose at any time. If I make a big mistake, those guys are overtaking me. And the only thing that reassures me a little bit is that, as I said, I will have one less pit stop than them. That's the only thing that kinda calms me down. Because with that I know that eventually I will have a very big advantage that they can't do anything about. But that will also depend on how they handle the pit stops. So as I said before, in this lap, according to my calculations, they should stop in pits. If they don't stop in pits on this lap, I will be in big trouble. I will be in big trouble because basically my only advantage will completely get destroyed. My only advantage right now will be absolutely shattered. So if they don't pit stop right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So let's pray that they actually pit stop on this lap. I should pit stop on lap 30, so there are still 2 more laps to go. So please, for the love of God, pit stop. I can't see. I can't see. I don't know if they are pit stopping or not. Well, you can see it. Oh yeah, they are pit stopping. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So my strategy is gonna work. If they keep pit stopping every 14 laps, my strategy of stopping every 15 laps is gonna work. It looks like such a small difference, right? Pit stopping in 14 laps or 15 laps, but it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference because it means basically that I will pit stop 5 times and they have to pit stop 6 times. That very little difference, it's huge. And it's basically the only guarantee that I have that I won't get defeated, as long as I don't make any big mistake again. So that could happen at any lap. At any lap, I could make an extremely big mistake that makes me waste a shit ton of time. So as long as that doesn't happen, I could win this. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very close. So I'm pretty sure that car in front of me is actually pit stopping now. Yeah, he's right there. You can see him in the pits. Yeah, he's right there. So on the next lap, I will pit stop. On lap, well, this lap, lap 30. But yeah, it's rough, dude. It's very intense. Very, very intense. Extremely intense, I will say. At least another good thing is that that white car that is lap is also not gonna get in my way. Because he's gonna do his own thing, basically. I don't think that will bite me in the ass later, because he still needs to recover a whole lap. I don't think he's gonna do that. And even if he does that, he will still need to deal with the other 4 guys, so good luck with that. Alright. So here we go to pits. That's something that I also can't forget. I need to go to pits whenever the lap shows up. So here I need to go to pits, no matter what. That corner is ridiculous, by the way. But it's okay. It's still scary, dude, because you can see that the other 4 cars are very close. So being in the pits here is not a very relaxing experience at all. So as you can see, the white car is quite ahead of me. That's basically understood already. There's nothing you can do there. But yeah, I don't like that the other cars are so close, dude. Like, they are actually extremely close. They are super, super close. And the difference is that on the previous stint, for the majority of that stint, that white car that is now ahead of me was basically blocking their path, so that could have slowed them down. But right now, there really is nothing slowing down the second place. Like, the second place can pretty much overtake if he actually drives properly. He can overtake me without any issues. So yeah, we need to pray basically. There's nothing else we can do. It's about praying and nothing else. God damn. Who would have thought that this Laguna Seca endurance will be so fucking nerve-wracking? I'm really betting it all in that pit stop of difference. That pit stop that they are gonna do that is additional is the only thing that I'm relying on right now. Because I'm pretty sure that eventually, since they are clearly faster than me, they will naturally overtake me. And if that happens, panicking will be a pretty common response, even though I know that I will still have a more sizable advantage. Damn, I almost fucked that one up. And that's the thing, dude. This corner, the corkscrew is that one corner that really won't allow you to take a break. It's the one corner that requires you to have your eyes glued on the screen. There is no autopiloting allowed here, basically. That was almost my best lap. Oh, it's interesting that I'm almost getting to where the white car is. Like, it seems that the white car might not be faster than me, actually. I mean, because I remember him being a lot further than that. Like, I'm actually closing the distance. So that's cool. So let's not forget that the next pit stop is gonna be in lap 45. That will be halfway through the race. Lap 45. That I don't know if we're gonna make it at the 1 hour mark. Oh, that's bad. That's okay, don't worry about it. That was bad, but it could have been worse. I mean, this is Gran Turismo after all, so a crash like that has no bad consequences. It makes you lose a little bit of time, but it's not that much. Not that much compared to how it should make you lose, obviously. But yeah, I think that we are not gonna make it in the 1 hour mark at lap 45. So this might take even longer than 2 hours. Huh? That's interesting. At this point, I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do the trial mountain endurance. I will assume I can, but the problem of the trial endurance, trial mountain endurance, is that you know, I wouldn't really know what car to use. And that deciding which car to use might take quite some time, you know. Oh yeah. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to fit that endurance today, dude. I will try to. I will try my best to, but anything can happen, really. So it seems that both me and this white car that is ahead of me, we are both having some very similar times. Like, I wish there was a way where you could see what lap time these other racers have, because this guy is pretty much doing almost my same lap time. This guy is pretty much doing the same shit as I am. That guy is, by the way, a Mazda NSX. That car in front of me. Mazda NSX seems to be doing very well. Would be nice if I could overtake him, really. But maybe not yet. I don't know. Oh, that might have been very fast. Yeah. That was very fast. I fucked up the corkscrew 3 times in a row. That has to be a new record, I think. It really has to be a new record. So according to my calculations, their next pit stop is gonna be at lap 42. Lap 42 is where they are gonna pit stop. So there is still quite a while for that. That was a very bad corner, Jesus. At least something that I'm noticing is that it I mean, I don't want to shinz it, right? But it kinda looks like the second place, it's taking its sweet time. Like, he doesn't seem to be shortening the difference between him and me. That's good to know, at least, but yeah. Oh, careful. Careful there. Because, you know, this car might be more stable than MR cars, but he still loses control very easily on corner exits. The corner exits for this car are a problem, especially a corner like the fucking corkscrew. At least I'm glad, well, it's not even halfway through the race, but I think that no matter what happens, at least the premise of this race is exciting. Regardless of how the race actually ends, I mean, obviously I would like to win, but I think that the premise of the race is the most exciting one that we had for endurances. Like, even the one in that we did in special stage route 5, even that one was pretty much, at some point in the race we already knew that we were gonna win, you know. Here I feel like until we reach lap 84 we are not gonna be sure if we can win or not. Until lap 84 happens, nothing is decided. Absolutely nothing is decided. So for the next endurance, that not the trial mountain one, but the other one, the one that is you know, the 2 hours one at the Rome circuit. So for that one, if it's possible, I want to get a racing prototype. That way at least I will be sure that I'm pretty much using the fastest car in the game, you know. But I don't know if I could buy the Toyota GT1. If I could buy that one, which is it's supposedly the fastest car in the game, that would be great. I will check under Toyota special model, obviously. The interesting part is that this endurance might take longer than the 2-hour endurance. The 2-hour endurance, if it's not clickbait, it's gonna be 2 hours long. This one seems like it's be a little bit longer than 2 hours. But yeah. It's something. Yeah, it seems that my tires getting worn out have a very, like a definitely a greater impact than their tires getting worn out. Because I'm actually losing distance with this guy at the end of this stint. But at the beginning of this stint, I was actually, you know, I was cutting the distance on him. So, you know. Well, in 2 laps they are gonna pit. Another fucked up part is that, you know, this one, well, I say this before, but it's one of those endurances that you really can relax even for one moment. Like, it's not like the other endurances where I could just basically let my mind be on autopilot. I can't do that now. I just cannot do that now. But you know, it's okay. I gotta be glad that I picked the soft tires, because if I were to pick the super soft tires, I'm pretty sure that I will need to stop every 10 laps, which will pretty much make victory impossible under these circumstances. Yeah, definitely glad that I went for the soft tires. I wonder what my opponents are using. They are using super soft or soft. And that's something that I cannot know. And the fucking corkscrew, dude. It's insane. On the next lap, the guys behind me are gonna stop. Not the guy in front of me, though. The guy is gonna stop later. You know. And I'm surprised that these endurances have competent cars as opponents, considering that except for the all-night one, every other endurance had shover cars, to say the least. It's definitely a surprise. You know, I'll take it. If I'm not mistaken, Trial Mountain is that track that has the last corner as a super, like, a super sharp corner, right? I think it's that one. The same one that this same track that I'm using right now lost control by quite a lot. So, yeah. behind me should go to pits. Honestly, I'm not that scared now, considering that the second place, it's very far behind, you know. As you can see, he is going to pits, but even if he didn't go to pits, he was still in a very considerate distance compared to me. So, you know. And actually, now that I see the clock, we might get to lap 45 at the 1 hour mark. So as calculated, this is gonna take 2 hours. This is actually gonna take 2 hours. That's cool. So the guy in front of me went to pits. At least it's trying to. He's trying to. Like the AI, I think one of the reasons why the AI has such a big distance between me and them is because they specifically fuck up the corner or on the entrance to the pit stop. Like they fuck it up like crazy. Which is perfect for me, but you know, it's pretty funny. He's not even anywhere to be seen. I mean, he's behind me, but he's still, when I go to pits, he's gonna end up in front of me anyway, so. But that is not gonna make a difference. So next lap, we pit in. Next lap, we go to pits. Oh, that was actually fine. I thought I was gonna get out of the track there. But yeah, this lap, we go to pits. Go to pits. We're gonna see the distance between me and second place. Hopefully it's still big. Hopefully. You never know. You also gotta take into account that the amount of laps that they do with better tires are more than me. Like, I technically am doing more laps with worse tires, which ultimately makes me lose some time. Some interesting amount of time. But yeah, even if my strategy might work out at the end, it still makes me suffer a little bit on the meantime. And we reach the 1 hour mark. We're kinda at the middle of the race. Alright, so let's go to pits. Oh damn, and the white car is actually gonna be quite ahead of me here. It's okay though. The white car is basically just anecdotal at this point. It doesn't matter at all what he does or stops doing. Let's not even pay attention to him. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm running to win, and that I don't know if I can win or not, I will actually do the full pit exit. Because as I say before, the pit exit is supposed to be all the way on that corner, on the other side of that first corner. But yeah, I don't really have a time to lose here. Now the problem is that the second place, dude, the second place is actually closer. Second place is actually closer than last time. I'm not liking this. Unless I actually won a lot more distance, you know, at the beginning of the stint, of the previous stint, I don't feel comfortable with this distance. It's a lot less than at the end of their previous stint. But I'm gonna assume that that's because of the tires, or at least I want to assume that it is because of the tires. If it's not because of the tires, we might have a problem. Might have a little bit of a problem. Also want to see if I can beat my best lap. That's something that will be nice. Doing fast laps right now will definitely help me. So it will be nice to do that. It will be quite nice. You know that I'm not supposed to drift like that, right? Like, drifting like that is a horrible idea in an endurance race. You're supposed to preserve your tires, not waste them as much as you can. But you know, regardless, it does seem that the distance between me and the car ahead of me and me and the car behind me is getting, well, like I'm getting closer to the guy in front of me and further from the guy behind me. Because it seems that, yeah, having good tires does make a difference here. Well, obviously, but I mean that it actually allows me to be faster than them. It's just that I suffer a lot more with bad tires. I don't think they suffer that much with bad tires, but I suffer a lot with bad tires. I think that's basically the essential thing to understand here. The worn out tires doesn't seem to affect them that much, but they definitely affect me. Which is kind of like the opposite of one of the previous endurances. If you remember one of the previous endurances, there were cars that were sliding out of the track at every corner. But that is not happening here, unfortunately. It's weird the way it works, don't you think? It's a little bit weird. Also be interesting how will this be with I think they are called medium tires. How it will be to use medium tires to see if you could, you know, if you could not waste them that fast. Also the previous lap, not the one that I just did, but the one before that, was the best lap, was the fastest lap. That's cool too. This guy should be stopping on lap 56, which is in 6 laps. We still have time. Nice. Wait, only 7 minutes pass since the hour mark? Really? We'll have sworn that there will be more. I guess these endurances really make you lose track of the time. They really do. Now, I really wonder what caused one of these cars to get stuck in the corkscrew. I think it was probably the fact that they all tried to do it at the same time, because the AI here doesn't seem to identify the corkscrew as a special corner, right? To them it's a corner like any other. The thing is that the corkscrew is a corner that you really can do with 2 cars at the same time and expect to get out of that alive, you know? Like, I mean, you can do it probably, but the chances of not going horribly are very, very low. So that's what I mean. That's probably what made the white car that is ahead of me basically get stuck right there, you know. They just tried to do the corkscrew all together and they couldn't. So, you know. It's the way it is. The numbers there that I use as reference are very... they don't have a hitbox, so crashing against them doesn't do shit. It's pretty cool. I wonder if this 200 miles thingy is an actual real life race. This being a real life circuit, it will be very believable to think that there will be a 200 miles race for this. I wonder which kind of cars participate in it. I mean, maybe the cars that I'm actually racing against are the cars that participate here. Which honestly are not really that different from the car that I am using, I think. Careful. And dude, I know that it's very tempting, but you shouldn't do that first corner by drifting it. It's just not a good idea. But at the same time, it's not like I know how else to do it anyway, so I guess it doesn't change that much. I like how, if you look at the minimap, it almost looks like the distance between every car is almost the same. Which is not really the case because I'm clearly closer to the white car in front of me than other cars are to each other. It's still funny because it seems like the cars are evenly distributed on the you know, on the truck. And also, with the exception of that white car, this will be the very first endurance where it seems that I won't lap a single car, which is interesting. Oh, that was terrible. It's okay. At least even with failing the corkscrew like that, the result is really not as devastating as it could be. So this lap they should pit in. I mean this lap that comes here. What a great corner, thanks. How is it going, Yannick? I'm in a very special endurance right now. Very, very special because even if I probably am gonna win it, the second place is like around 10 seconds behind me. If not less. So yeah. I can most likely win because of the amount of pit stops I have compared to them. But yeah, it's definitely the only endurance so far where it's getting so close. And it's even more fucked up considering that it's literally the longest one. It's the longest one because it's even longer than 2 hours, and 2 hours is supposed to be the second longest. So I'm betting a lot in this race, and I don't really know why. But I guess I just wanted to see this car take it. I guess at the end of the day that's the case. Because it's clearly for the best to use probably another car, but I'm trusting my beautiful Skyline. No matter what, the trust that I have on my Skyline is bigger than the speed of my opponents. So you know. As you can see, they are pitting in now, but I will pit on lap 60. We can still wait a little bit more. If you lose, it wasn't the car's fault. Well, that's the thing that I was saying. If I make an actual driving mistake, like if I really fuck up a corner and I waste a shit ton of time because of that, that could cost me the race. And I mean, I already fucked up multiple corners, but not to the point where it will make me lose that much time. I mean, I don't want to shinz it, but for example, so far I haven't donuted once, right? That's because I'm being extremely careful. Like, if you look at how I'm doing the corners, I'm doing them so slow. I'm doing them, well, even more now that my tires are worn out and I need to pit in 2 laps, but like, you get the point. You get the point. I'm just going as safe as I can. Going extremely safe. Oh, you got the 1 coin clear with Yom? Well, congratulations. Now the only thing left to do if you like Phantasmagoria a lot is playing Touhou 3. Phantasmagoria of Dimensional Dream. The problem with that game is that if you think that POFB is unbalanced, Touhou 3 might be even worse. But I don't know actually, I'm not that sure about that. But yeah, you will have to put in work for Touhou 3. That one is gonna be very rough to do. That one is gonna be super rough. But at least it will be a new challenge for you. It will be relatively similar as well. I mean, at least relatively similar in terms of what you do. The only annoying part about Touhou 3, or basically any PC98 Touhou, is setting it up, but you know. Feels weird and nice to finish a milestone. Yeah, when you finish a big milestone that takes you a while to achieve, it feels nice, but at the same time you really think to yourself, now what, right? And now what? But you know, I think that next milestone will be good for you. Touhou 3 with all shots on Lunatic. I think that it will be nice. I need to pit in this lap, so let's not forget about pitting in. Right this lap. Right on this lap. There we go. So this is the second to last pit stop that I will do. The last one will be in lap 75. And after that we can stop worrying about pit stops. We'll still need to worry probably about... Oh shit, that's bad. I will need to worry about that. Damn, that's a big one. Oh, that's an actual big one. God damn it. I thought I could control the drift, but I didn't control shit. Then that's the first time I lose a speed like that. Well, speed, sorry, I lose time like that. And the problem there is not that it's just about losing time. Drifting like that also completely destroys the tires. So that is quite bad. That is actually quite bad. God damn it. You really can't take a fucking break in Laguna Seca, huh? No brakes allowed. Oh man. That's literally the first time that I do such a bad corner. Hopefully the last time as well. Problem is that the second place is that one. That one that you see right there, that's the second place. Just like that. That guy right there, yeah, is the second place. Problem. So yeah. I feel a little bit concerned right now. I feel just a little bit concerned. Yeah, I know. I saw someone in your chat recommending you Toho 3. So that's partly why I came up with that. Well, I didn't come up with it, that's why. So yeah, but I think that it is a good idea. I think that Toho 3 is definitely a good idea. I'm still surprised though that the second place behind me has not made any mistakes to the point that he's following me so well. Unless he's not the second place, but I highly doubt he's not the second place. I mean, if he's not the second place, who is he? Doesn't make much sense. He has to be the second place. Yeah, if he's the second place, it's just insane how he hasn't made any big mistake. At all. Wait for the car and check. Well, the interesting thing is that if I do that, I could still win because, as I said, they have one more pit stop than I do. So I could still win even if I were to do that, you know. I don't really want to risk a 2-hour race like that, you know. More than I'm already risking it, that is. The issue is that at this rate, I think he might overtake me once, which is ultimately not gonna matter because I'm gonna overtake him later when he does his last pit stop. But I have a feeling that when I come out of my pit stop, he might overtake me. I have a feeling that that's what's gonna happen. He might overtake me at the end of my last pit stop. Again, that's fine. If he does that, I'm gonna overtake him again later, but it's not gonna feel very nice to see that when the race is almost over, you know? It's definitely not gonna be nice. But you know, that's okay. Just keep it cool. Don't do anything overly stupid. And that's the fucked up part. When I made that mistake on the first corner, it's not like I did anything really stupid. It's not like I well, I guess starting a drift like that is risky. But I mean, it's very hard for me to do that corner fast without drifting. So I don't know how I could have avoided that. Like realistically, you know. See, you can avoid it by just not drifting, bro. That's part of the problem. How do you avoid that in the first place? So, the next pit stop for these cars is gonna be on lap 70. Lap 70 they are gonna stop. I'm gonna stop in lap 75 and that's gonna be my last pit stop. And for them, the last pit stop is gonna be on lap 84. That lap 84 pit stop, as I keep mentioning throughout the whole race, is the only reason why I'm even continuing. That's the only thing that almost guarantees that I can win as long as I don't make any more mistakes, really. Because that one mistake I did is a problem. But if I do around 2 more of those, I don't know that even with my strategy if I might be able to win. But for now, let's just focus, keep a positive attitude. It really feels like you're gonna lose the car at any corner, dude. You just can't take a fucking breather. It's not possible to take a breather. It's just insane. It is not allowed to take a breather. It's just not possible. I mean, it's what happens when you go to a circuit like Laguna Seca, really. Laguna Seca is just a hard circuit, dude, no matter what. It's hard. It's very hard. There is a reason why they even come up with a name for this fucking corner right now, the corkscrew. You know, well, if I'm not mistaken, almost every circuit has a name for their corners. Just that most people don't know them because why the fuck will you care? Or how will you even remember, right? A corkscrew is only one of them because it's such a fucked up corner. But if you told me to name this first corner here, for example, I will just tell you first corner. So I don't know if that's a thing in every track. I do know that the track, for example, Spa-Francorchamps, has names for almost every corner. But, you know. Remember the spoon? In which track? What track has the spoon? Sounds like an interesting name, I gotta say. Suzuka? Suzuka Circuit. Which one could be the spoon? I mean, the only one that has, I will say, the shape of a spoon is that corner that comes right before one of the final straights. Is that the one? Like, I think it's like the third or fourth to last corner. Will that be the one, or is it a different place? Because I think that the most iconic corners in Suzuka are those 3 corners that are like a slalom one after the other. Like you have to go left, right, left. It's a long ass straight. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's the straight that is almost at the end of the track. So you say the corner before the straight, or you say the corner after the straight? Because they are very different. The corner before that straight, almost at the end of the track, is very long. Well, more than very long, yeah, it is kinda long, and it's also very slow. And the one after the straight is extremely fast, to the point where you even barely consider it a corner, because most of the times you just go full speed. So they are pretty different corners. Which one will it be? Nice. The one before, I see. Yeah, the one that is super slow. Not sure which way it goes. It goes to the left. It's a corner where you have to turn left for a long time, and then you have right there the straight. And after the straight you have like a very small corner that, for the most part, since there is so much space in the track, you can pretty much do it at almost full speed. Well, depending on the car you have, I guess. And then after that you have the chicanes, and after that you have the end of the race, the track, I mean. So yeah, I think that's the case. So, my opponents are gonna pit in on this lap. Gonna pit in this same lap, and I should pit in 5 laps. And this is where things are gonna get spicy. The question is if when I pit in 5 laps, if the guy behind me is gonna overtake. Because that's most likely what's gonna happen. That's the spoon? Oh, I see. So the slow corner before the straight, gotcha. Yeah, that corner is a little bit annoying because it's long, and usually long corners are corners that you kinda want to go fast. But that corner is long and very slow as well. So you need to basically control your speed in such a way that it's very hard to do. So yeah. There is also a very similar corner to that one in Spa-Francorchamps, I guess. I don't know if it's that long, but there is a long corner almost halfway through the track that is also very, very slow. We're talking about a very slow corner. But yeah. That is how it is. I wonder what Gran Turismo introduces Spa-Francorchamps. Or does Gran Turismo even have Spa-Francorchamps? I don't remember, honestly, if Spa-Francorchamps was introduced in a Gran Turismo. Because I kinda remember playing it in Gran Turismo SIDS. But I'm not sure if that was just my imagination. That might have been my imagination. I'm actually not sure if it ever has Spa-Francorchamps. Which will be weird considering that it's such a... I mean, it's one of the most famous circuits worldwide. Very legendary circuit. So the issue is that this guy behind me... Oh shit! Is this the first lap car that we see? Well, the first. The first other than the guy right behind me at this moment. But I mean, it seems like it will be the first naturally lap car that we will find. Yeah, this car should overtake me. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. The problem is that I have to resist like this for 2 more laps, dude. This smells like trouble. This smells like nothing but trouble. As I say, it's most likely that when I enter pits on lap 75, the second place is gonna overtake. Which, as I also say, we shouldn't panic about that, because that doesn't mean anything. But it's gonna be nerve-wracking to see the second place overtaking me so close to the end. But it's fine. We just need to visualize the fact that they are gonna pit stop again at lap 84. That's what matters. Lap 84, they are gonna pit in, so don't worry about it. You're gonna overtake them there, if they even overtake you in the first place. So yeah, don't worry about it. The strategy works. It is one of those races that I can only win because of a strategy. That's pretty cool of me. Good strategy. Who would have thought that I will win a race because of strategy in Gran Turismo? If you told me that will be the case, I would probably have called you a stoner. Except second place equip ultra hard steel tires. That will be interesting, that on that pit stop from before, if he equipped super hard tires. But you know, fortunately this game doesn't allow you to change the tires when you enter the pits. That's something that I think that Gran Turismo 4 allows you, but in this game, if you go to pits, you will get the exact same tires that you will, you know, that you started the race with. Well, that's saying it, trying to like rationalize it. In reality, what just happens is that the tire meter gets replenished. It's not that, well, obviously. That's what happened behind scenes, right? The game just tells the tire consumption to be reset. That's it. Nothing else happens, you know. Okay, so in this track we should go to pits. And this is gonna be our last pit stop. And after that, it's gonna be a full stint to the end of the race. A race that is, by the way, the longest in this game. As long as the 2-hour endurance is not clickbait, this is literally gonna be the longest race in the game. Car set tires, car get tires. Hell no. At least not for the value of consumption. At least not for that. Okay. We need to go to pits. Let's go to pits. I can't believe that, dude. How do you do that? Like, that has to be a very interesting fuck up. God damn it, unbelievable. With that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get overtaken no matter what. That was so stupid. Okay, so the second place, you want to know where the second place is? You want to know where he is? Right there. That's the second place. Oh my god. Yeah. This is quite an issue. Oh my god. You forgot to do new car get tires, so yeah. Forgot to make a new instance. Well, do I gotta say that I'm very proud of having the one of the endurance to not be free. Because you know, you could say that for all of the other endurances that I went the chicken's path, right? The chicken's path by just picking a car that I knew would win regardless of what happened. But here, picking this car and staying with it, even knowing that it wasn't a guaranteed victory, I gotta say that I'm proud of myself. Though I shouldn't really say yet, like the race isn't over, dude. Even if this guy is behind me and even if he still has one more pit stop to go, nothing is set in stone, so don't count it out yet. Anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Okay, for the most part, this should be a victory. This should be a victory considering current circumstances. Yeah, I like it. I like it that it was an actually exciting race. Very, very cool. I appreciate it. But yeah. That means that oh, that was the fastest lap, by the way. That one, fastest lap so far. We keep breaking some records, no matter what. Just keep breaking them. Keep breaking them without any shame. Without absolutely any shame. Now it will be pretty funny if by the end of the race I realized that that wasn't the second place, you know. Though I don't think there will be a way to be sure about that. Mostly because I don't even know what car that is. I know that it's a white car. Though I think judging by the shape, that's probably one of the Nissans. Like, in fact, it's, I think, the same white Nissan that I used for one of my previous races. And that's also the fastest lap right there. Keep breaking records, huh? I guess the fact that this guy basically not overtaking me after my pit stop basically gave me a lot of confidence. Gave me a lot of confidence to just be like, you know, I can win for sure. That's very cool. Very, very cool. The interesting thing is that even if we had the same amount of pit stops, I will still win. I will still win the race even if we had the same amount of pit stops. So basically the strategy with the pit stops is basically choose a backup. If everything else fails, that is still in the menu, you know. absolutely everything else fails, don't worry, we still have that trick up our sleeves. So yeah, good shit. I don't recommend you to do this though. Like, if you're gonna engage in these endurances, you really want to pick up a car that you know that mops the floor with every other car that you are driving with. You really don't want to do the same thing that I'm doing here. Especially because, you know, I know that there is a lot of people, there is a lot of people that basically mop the floor with how I play, right? There is a lot of people that basically look at how I play and they will be like, damn, what a fucking scrub. But there is also a lot of people that are very, you know, well, like when I was a kid, pretty much, that don't really know how to take corners very well. So a lot of times it's very easy for them to run off track. But because of all those mistakes that you are inevitably gonna do, you really want to have a big advantage for these races. Because if this is a 2-lap race and you have a slower car and you fuck up, it's okay. You retry it and you wasted like what, 1 minute? Maybe even 1 minute and a half to find out, or even less. But for this one, let's say that right now, let's say that I realize that I can win and that I'm gonna end up second place. That will mean that I basically wasted 1 hour and 48 minutes just to not win this event. So you don't want that to happen to you, basically. So yeah. I also remember when I thought, you know that Gran Turismo 4, or you could say that from Gran Turismo 4 onwards, Gran Turismo has a system of suggested shift, right? Like they put a number that is basically titillating right next to the tachometer that tells you what is the suggested shift that you will need to take that corner. So when you have that, it's a lot easier to know how to take the corners. But if you don't have that, you need to either learn the track or trust your instincts. And a lot of times, those things fail. So, you know, you don't want to fail in an endurance like this. So if you fail, you really want to have a big advantage. It's pretty interesting though, because now that I talk about that suggested shift in Gran Turismo 4, I thought that that thing will basically make me, you know, make me get used to that so much that it will be literally impossible to play races without that. But I realize now that I can actually do it. Yeah, you can see that I do a lot of corners very badly. But I can basically do that without any visual help. Special emphasis on visual, because obviously I still have driving helps. Obviously Gran Turismo by default, if you want to make the game be playable on controllers, of course what you're gonna have are, you know, you're definitely gonna have those helps that allow you to not drift out in every single corner, right? Because keep in mind that in real life, racing wheel, like, you know, the wheel that you use to control the car, it's basically a wheel that it's not as simple as a D-pad in a controller. It doesn't have just left and right. It has a whole range of quote-unquote possible values, right? So because of that, if you basically try to pick up a car and the only two possible values are left or right when it comes to the steering, it's basically impossible to drive them. So obviously a game like Gran Turismo and pretty much every single arcade game ever gives you all the helps that you need in order to steer. So otherwise doing that with the controller will be literally impossible. And I'm not using the word literally here. It will be literally impossible, no matter what you do. So, this lap 84 is the lap where these guys are going to pits. I'm not even worried about that because even without that I'm still first place. So whether they go to pits or not doesn't change absolutely anything. In fact, you know what? The funny thing is that they going to pits might be more dangerous than they not going to pits. Because if they didn't go to pits, it will be at least guaranteed that they will do the last laps very badly. They will perform like shit. But because they go to pits, it's guaranteed that these last laps they are gonna do them the fastest that they possibly can. Which, considering the insane advantage that I have, it shouldn't be a problem. But you also have to consider that my tires are gonna be very worn out. So it will be basically like Jaws, the shark movie. Like I'm basically running away from sharks, and I'm slower than them. The difference is that the sharks are pretty much at the other side of the coast. But even then, you know there is a shark approaching and it's faster than you. Yes, it's unlikely that it's gonna bite you, but the possibility is there. It's scary to think about that. So we're actually gonna lap that black car and also this, well, we're gonna lap this white car, but not for too long. I mean, this white car is pretty much gonna overtake almost immediately, so it really doesn't matter. But you know, it seems that at least there will be one lap car, which is probably the black car behind me, though I don't even know about that. Because the thing about my car is that it really is not controlling very well, so even that guy could completely overtake me. Which is not a problem, but you know, that will mean that basically there will be no lap cars on this race. Oh shit, he fucked up. Damn, that guy just can't do the corkscrew, dude. I mean, that's the whole reason why he's so far behind. If he didn't fuck up that corkscrew in the first place, he will be probably the second place right now on the race, and not the guy that is actually on second place. But because he can't do that corkscrew, is that he's there. And I wonder if he fucked up because I was looking. Because maybe when you're not looking, the cars basically have a set path. A set path, I mean that they don't really do, but they pretend they do for the minimap. So things like accidents shouldn't probably happen. But, you know, in this case, since I was watching him, he fucked up. And you cannot even blame worn out tires because he was just coming out of pits. So you can't even use that excuse. It seems that this black-green car is actually not gonna get lapped, unless he also fucks up the corkscrew here, which is possible. But he didn't. In fact, I did fuck. Oh, I definitely fucked it up. Okay, calm down, calm down. That's okay. That's my second big mistake here, but it's okay. If you look at the minimap, the second place is quite far from me. So that mistake doesn't help, I can tell you that, but that second place is still very far. The funny thing is that I could go to pits right now, I could get new tires and I could still win. And it will probably be a safer way of ending the race than ending them with very worn out tires, but I think we should be okay regardless. There are 2 more laps though, so don't underestimate how much is left. But yeah. So no lap cars in this race. Believe it or not, there are no lap cars. The only endurance so far that doesn't have a single lap car. Can you believe that? Not a single one. Even after 1 less pit stop, I still cannot lap a single car here. That's crazy, but that's okay. I was out to say last lap, but no, there is still 2 more. Damn it. The tension is real. I know the second place is very far, but I can't help but be tense. Because it's only 2 mistakes away from overtaking me, you know? 2 very gross mistakes and he's gonna overtake me just like that. That's the main problem here. It's also very disappointing that this race gives you less credits than other races that were clearly easier. But at this point, credits are not even a problem, so who gives a shit, right? Well, that was almost a gross mistake, yeah. Almost. Well, after almost 2 hours, and we are definitely gonna reach the 2-hour mark on the last lap, by the way. So my calculations were very spot on. Actual 2 hours the race. So, white flag this time, and on to the very last lap of the race. It's been a long ass race, but it's finally coming to an end. Even after the fact that every car is on the leader's lap. Every car is on my same lap. So there are no lap cars, the second place is around 10 seconds away. So this is an endurance that was not safe at all, and we have a lot to lose. But it seems that for the most part everything went smooth. Everything seemed to go well. One last corkscrew. And we can say goodbye to this race. Now we do last corner. And the checker flag is waving, and we win. After 2 hours and almost 1 minute. Whew. Okay, there was one lap car. So it seems that that white car might have stuck on the... might have been stuck on the corkscrew for 2 laps actually. And as you can see, the difference between me and the second car is 15 seconds. A 15-second difference for an endurance is very risky, but especially a 2-hour one. But we still got it regardless. Whew. That was stressful. That was a little bit stressful. That's why for the next free HP race I just want to pick up a prototype racing car. Because after this shit I really don't want to risk anymore. I really don't want to risk that much anymore. So we might need to risk for the next endurance. The next endurance is in Trial Mountain. But the catch of this endurance is that it's an endurance that is with very slow cars compared to these endurances at least. So you will see right now here. Trial Mountain 30 laps. So this is a short endurance, but it also requires a car that is slower than 295 HP. So even if 30 laps is a very small amount, what's also very small here is the speed of the car that is allowed. We need to find a car with those specifications. So far the candidate is the Lotus Europa, but there might be a better one. Well, this one! I could use the Camaro. This car is very good. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Camaro, fuck it. Definitely using the Camaro. The Camaro is a very trustful car. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do much better than that, though what I am gonna do obviously is I'm gonna buy soft tires for this puppy. So, this is a Chevrolet car, so we go to South City Chevrolet. We go to Tune, Tires, and we do Racing Soft Tires. Another thing that I could probably purchase are weight reduction upgrades, and basically anything that is gonna help me at this point. If it's possible, that is. It seems that it's indeed possible. So we want to make sure... I need to buy them one by one. Fuck you. So we really need to make sure here that this endurance goes as smooth as possible, because I don't know if I'm gonna get cars that are faster than mine. We need to be careful for this. We need to be 100% careful. I could get brake upgrades as well. Like brake, sport brakes and brake balance controller, shit like that. Just want to make sure we win this one. Because I can definitely tell that for this HP range there are gonna be a lot of other cars that might be a lot faster than mine. Especially if they allow... racing cars. That's gonna be a problem. So before I go into the endurance, let me do the Alt-Enter thingy. And once we do that, we're heading right into it. As I said, if there is a racing car here, I don't think this car can compete, but we could try regardless. Let's just see what awaits us. Hopefully nothing too fucked up, but you never know. I really hope there is no racing cars here. I really hope so. Alright, these cars look all like fucking shovers. Doesn't mean that they are as slow as I would wish, but they are definitely not as fast as you will seem, as you will, think. Oh, and we have this song again. That's a cool song. So the question is, how long is this race gonna be? Because keep in mind that this is 30 laps in a relatively small track, but with very slow cars. Did they pit on lap? Yeah, of course they pit on lap 84. In the previous race, yes, they pit on lap 84. It didn't really make that much of a difference, I think, as I probably would have won regardless, but still nice that they gave me enough time to react, right? But yeah, the question for this endurance is, how long is it gonna take, and obviously when should I pit? Those are two questions that I don't have the answer for. At least it does seem like my car is superior to my opponents at the very least. Like, I shouldn't suffer too much from that. I probably could have done a little bit better with my acceleration. Like, I could have installed an upgrade that actually made my acceleration better. Because right now my acceleration in the exit of the corners fucking sucks. So judging by that lap time, this is gonna be close to an hour. If every lap is like that, this is gonna be 50 minutes probably. Either 50 minutes or 55 minutes. So, just as expected, this is gonna take around an hour, so that's great. And this is a very pretty looking car. I'm a very big fan of this car. This car is pretty, it's good, and it's something that is so versatile for this kind of races. Every time there is a race that has an HP limit that is around 300 HP, this car is perfect, absolutely perfect for that. But yeah. Long live the Chevrolet Camaro Anniversary Edition. Good car. Very good car. But yeah, the next question, as I say before, is when are we going to pit stop? Maybe a better question is where the fuck the pit stop entrance is. That seems to be a more interesting question. But we can worry about that later. Yeah, this might actually... I mean, it really will depend, because this could take something like... I don't know if it's gonna take 45 minutes, but it might take between 45 and 50 minutes. Looking at that lap time that I just got. Beat every lap so you always have fresh tires. Nice. But did you know that having fresh tires is not necessarily a good thing? Because the thing is, if you have fresh tires, that means they are also cold. Cold tires are very hard, they have very little grip. So it's very easy to understeer on cold tires. So despite what you might think, having new tires is actually not a good idea. I mean, that is obviously ignoring the waste of time of entering the pits every lap. But that's a different story. Oh, careful there. Okay, so the pit entrance... Wait, where is the pit entrance? Oh, there. That's a weird pit entrance, but okay. Sure, why not? Let's do it. That was a good corner. Have Marisa in the pit sitting on the tires to keep them warm. Huh. That's an interesting way of doing it. Hey Bravi, how is it going? You're drawing something for Easter? Yeah, usually if you want to draw something for a specific date, you need to plan that months beforehand. Well, it obviously depends on how much detail you want to give it. I mean, you can always draw something very fast, but it depends on the quality that you want as a result, right? Oh, I didn't check what car the previous Endurance gifted me, actually. I completely forgot to check. Would be pretty funny if it actually gave me a car that was useful for this event. But honestly, dude, this car works just fine, so I don't need any other car. Oh, careful with that. But yeah. Also, do you know, Bravi, that I'm trying to recreate the Versus Trainer song from Pokemon Red? And it's actually going pretty smooth. I mean, I know that it's the Game Boy and it obviously has very simple instruments, but it feels so nice to play the project in the program that I used to make the music and be like them. This is exactly like the original. Like, I don't feel like it's an imitation. I feel that it's exactly like the original. I mean, I still need to add the bass, so it's not like it's anywhere near being close to be finished. But I mean, at least the instruments that I did, I am like, dude, this sound exactly the same. But yeah, as I say, this is the Game Boy. The Game Boy is very simple when it comes to the sound, so, you know, it's only a matter of knowing which notes are being played. Nice, yeah. It is very nice. You can definitely do it. Like, in fact, I think that it will be a good thing if you started by the Game Boy. Like, if you try to emulate Game Boy themes, it's a very good way to learn, well, first of all, how to use the program, but also to learn a thing or two of how music works, you know? So, I recommend you that, Bravi. If you want to get into music making, a good way to at least do something that is gonna resemble something that exists is by going for Game Boy themes. I don't know about the notes, right? But I also don't know about the notes. The way you know about the notes is literally by playing the theme in slow motion and repeating it in your head, and then being like, okay, is it this note that is here? And you listen to that note, and then you are like, no, it's not this one, it's a little bit higher. Is it this one? No, it's a little bit lower, so then it's this one. And you do that with every single note. So, I mean, obviously people that are actually experienced, I'm pretty sure that they can just do it by listening to the song once and then they just put it there automatically, especially if they actually have a physical piano, right? But for people like you and me, you do with trial and error. Now obviously you might ask yourself, what's the point of that? But I think that by doing that is kind of like trying to write or say something in another language, right? Like basically what I'm doing right now for English. English is clearly not my first language, right? So ever since I started streaming, I've been a lot more confident about my English, and it's something that even allows me to learn even more about the language. So I feel that if you try to recreate a song note by note, yes, you're not gonna become a musician just because you were able to replicate a song, but you're at least gonna understand some of the patterns that are going on in the song. You're gonna be like, oh, seems that some people like putting, this kind of a scale, and this kind of a scale sounds nice. And at the same time, the bass is done like this, right? It's done like this, and if we compare this to the main instrument, it actually has some relation to it, right? So there are some things that, yeah, you might be like, I could download a song in that program and just look at it without needing to do it myself. You can do that, but I feel like that's the same as reading an English text. Just because you can read English doesn't mean you can write in English. English or any other language, right? Like if you just read English, like yeah, you're gonna be very good at understanding English. But are you good at writing it? Are you good at expressing yourself in English? I'm not so sure there. Try buying Sun a Sun hat, that should make music easier. You could do that too, yeah. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that for the most part, it's all about doing it. I know that this is obvious, and I know that the most basic answer to this is no shit, but the only way to get good at something is by doing it. It's the way it is. There was a class that tried to make me translate into Italian first before making me understand it. It sucks. Well, that's the thing about translation. Translation and understanding a language are two very different things, and there are some language teachers that don't understand that. Like, for example, in my case, I know Spanish obviously because it's my native language, no shit. But I know English too. To a lesser degree, but I kinda know English, right? However, if you made me translate something from English to Spanish or from Spanish to English, I'm gonna struggle a little bit. I'm most likely gonna be able to give you the general understanding of the test, but I'm most likely not gonna put out the most accurate translation out there, obviously. But yeah, there is a very big difference between understanding a language and being able to translate that language. Maybe for something like English and Spanish, the difference might not be that big. But things start to get more fucky when you start dealing with languages that have a completely different idea altogether of how language works. Like, for example, Japanese, obviously. So you might be able to read Japanese, you might be able to understand what's written there. That doesn't mean you can translate. Which is the reason why most Japanese translation done by amateurs suck ass. Because for the most part, they are not really people that, know how to translate. They just know how to understand. The sad part is that a lot of these amateurs are actually working as professional for professional companies. But, that's okay. It's the way it is. But yeah. Well, in fact, for example, remember when I played that indie game called Miles and Kilo? That game I played it in Spanish because I didn't know how to switch the language, and I had to basically translate the dialogue in real time as I was reading it. I had to translate it to English so the people watching could understand. Well, the thing is, by doing that, there were some words that I didn't know how to translate. I mean, sure, in that particular case it's because it was live, but obviously if I was, if I was just doing it without needing to do it in real time, I could just look it up the translator, that's not a problem. But the point is that there are some things that you can clearly understand what they are saying, and it doesn't mean that you know how to say it in the other language, right? You understand the concept, but not really the relation between two languages. I think in that case, the word, or rather the expression that I remember is, I think, tren de aterrizaje, which in Spanish that means something like that little thing in a plane that you use to land, right? But I don't know how you say that in English. I know which part of the plane it is, I know what it's used for, but I don't know how to call it. I mean, I could call it the landing wheel, but that's probably not a good translation because that's not even a thing. You don't have that much difficulty from translating English to French? Well, it depends. As I say, you can probably translate the general idea, but it's a different thing translating it accurately. And again, there are some words that are very complex that you might have never encountered in English. There are some words that might be, in my case, for example, most words related to food are words that I have no idea about. But I know what they mean in Spanish, it's just that I don't know how they are said in English. Landing gear, that's how you call it? I see. Thanks. See? That's what I mean. That expression, I wouldn't have known how to translate it. I will have to look it up. Yeah, the landing gear. But I think at the end of the day, translators eventually are not gonna be needed, because at some point AI is gonna advance, like machine translation is gonna advance to the point where like it's gonna be so accurate that you're not gonna need anything else. We are still far from that, but not that far from that, because you can tell that there are translators like deepl.com that, by the way, anyone can access and translate anything you want, and it works pretty well. It's not perfect. I mean, obviously, if it was perfect, basically that will be the standard for everything, but it does a very damn good job. So because of that, at some point you're not even gonna need anything other than a program to translate, which I think that it's very good, but at the same time that also is dangerous, because sometimes it's just like with everything here, like you don't know who is operating that. You know how Google specifically blocks some results because it doesn't go with their agenda? Well, the same could happen to translations, right? As long as there are, there is someone there controlling how the algorithm of the translation works, you might not get accurate results. So that's the thing. AI can be very powerful, but at the same time, it really depends on who is controlling it. Well, not who is controlling it, who is coding it, right? But yeah. At the same time, the question that everyone makes themselves is, how far is AI gonna go? Because it's highly unlikely, since we don't understand our own brain, it's impossible to code our brain, But what if at some point AI can surpass us? It's not gonna happen in my lifetime, I'm sure of it. But what if it happens eventually? That will be fucked up. Because, something like translations is something that at the end of the day is following patterns and dictionaries in a super fast speed. But, they can probably get more complex than that. So it seems that we're only gonna pit stop once in this race on the next lap. Lap 15 is gonna be when we pit stop. And when we pit stop, it's gonna be the only pit stop if we can actually hold on to the tires until the end of the race. But yeah, we are pitting in lap 15. And let's not forget that the pit entrance is right after that Bridgestone advertisement there. Someone was in pits there. But it seems that they follow a relatively similar strategy. They are still gonna pit more than once, because they are doing it before the lap 15, so that means that no matter what, they are gonna have to stop before the race is over again. But yeah, not worried about that, fuck them. Pretty much. So we can see that my rear right tire is getting quite in a bad shape. But yeah, we're gonna pit in this lap, so don't worry about it. We are 100% fine. At least what's nice to know is that this race was a lot shorter than I thought. Like, considering that we're halfway through the race, this is gonna take, as I said, 15 minutes. Maybe 49 or 48. Probably 49. 49 minutes, I would say that it's most likely what's gonna take. But yeah, it was even shorter than I calculated at the beginning, which was an hour. So that's good. Like, if we made a 4-hour stream yesterday, we could have fitted this race too in there. This endurance. Nice. And that was a good pit entrance. Change my tires. There we go. And that's gonna be enough for the rest of the race. Nice. That's a cool pit stop, I gotta say. Well, at least it's way better than Laguna Seca, but that's not saying much. Laguna Seca is an absolute clusterfuck of a pit stop. And you gotta be thankful, as I say before, that in this game they don't make the exit of the pit stop as it is in real life. Did you try the PS2 emulator? No, I didn't try it. I didn't try it because I don't really plan on playing Gran Turismo 3 anytime soon, I think. Well, I don't know if anytime soon, but I don't plan on playing it maybe in like at least 2 weeks, I will probably say. And that's at least. So it's probably gonna take more than that. So yeah, I'm not really in a hurry to test the PS2 emulator. I mean, after all, I need to take a break from this, dude. Like 2 Gran Turismo games, one after the other, and doing every single endurance race, like, come on. I need to take a break from this. You got a new skill at shading? Nice. You acquire a new skill? Just like an RPG? Nice. I like it. Oh shit. Oh, that was... Yeah. I stepped on the piano way too much there. That was bound to happen. I stepped so much on the damn piano there. It wasn't a very good idea. Realized I could use a tool that could give better the result than what you used to do. Yeah, a lot of things when it comes to digital art, and by that I also mean, I don't just mean paintings, well, paintings. I don't just mean drawings, but I also mean, you know, things like music as well. A very big part of the journey of learning how to do it is also learning what tools can make a lot of the process automatic. A lot of the journey is knowing how to optimize, which is pretty much learning tool usage instead of the discipline itself, pretty much. Okay, don't step on the piano, nice. You don't even need to step on the piano there to make that corner fast. I choose it saturated and I got punished for it. I deserve it. Nice. This kind of feels that it's gonna be the fastest lap. I predict that this lap might be the fastest one. This lap might actually be the fastest lap, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It is. Damn, 32 seconds. Good shit. I knew that that lap was gonna be legendary. I knew it when I saw that I didn't really do any major fuck up. Oh, I fucked that up, damn it. That's a shame because the start of the lap went very well. You finished the line art? Nice. I think that one of the hardest parts about drawing, or at least what a lot of artists say that is one of the hardest parts, is coloring, right? They say that coloring takes a long time. Well, at least it takes a long time to do well. You know, because yeah, you can just use the bucket tool from Paint, but I mean... Fuck the chicane, basically. I also wonder if I lapped the second place. I don't even know who the fuck the second place in this race is. I don't care either because I know that I'm clearly faster than everyone else, but I really have no idea who is supposed to be behind me. I mean, behind me in terms of positions. Well, I also don't know who is behind me in terms of physical position, but you know. This is a race that has been free since the very beginning. Thankfully. Oh, careful there. Unfortunately, I think that 32-second lap is not gonna get... it's not gonna get bested. At least not on this race. So yeah, not much I can do there. Guess we can have enough time after this endurance to try some of the rally time trials. I wonder how many of them. I don't know. I also know how they will naturally take, how much they will naturally take to be finished. I'm just not sure. I guess depending on how much the rally events are gonna take, we might be able to finish this game tomorrow, but it really will depend on the rally. Because the things that are left is the Rome 2-hour endurance, well, obviously the rally time trials, and the final Grand Prix. Those are the only things remaining, and the one that might take the longest time is actually the rally. Well, no, I mean, the endurances obviously are gonna take more, but the point is that they might take enough time that it might be a problem. But I don't know. It's gonna feel weird to do a race. When I do that Grand Prix, it's just gonna be weird to go back to normal length, to short length tracks. Well, races, not tracks. Yeah, gonna be nice. I honestly have no idea in this race who the fuck is the second place, but I'm pretty sure I already lapped him. And even if I didn't lap him, I'm gonna lap him when he inevitably goes to pits before the race is over. Because I'm not gonna go to pits again, so... When are you doing the Nürburgring with 80 HP? Well, before thinking about doing Nürburgring with a slow car, I should first think about playing a Gran Turismo game that actually has Nürburgring implemented. So not this one, that's for sure. But yeah, you will have to wait until 4. Unless 3 also has it, which I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. 80 HP sounds like a Kingdom Hearts chain. No. Here it will be 80 horsepower, which is roughly the amount of power that the car has. Which is not saying much, but it's the main measurement that is used in Gran Turismo. Which sometimes can be very misleading because you know, the easiest thing to do is basically to directly relate horsepower to speed, but that's not really true. Yeah, no, it's not hit points, it's horsepower. But yeah. It's still quite misleading regardless, because it doesn't really tell you that much. It's good as a general rule of thumb. Like, you know that if a car has low HP, it's most likely slow as shit. But things start getting more trickier the higher the HP, because there are a lot of cars that have 500 HP that in a race, in a regular circuit, are way faster than cars that have 1000 HP. And that's because of the of other factors like acceleration, you know, the way they handle corners, which is not exactly related to horsepower. I guess horsepower is only useful to identify an overall slow car. Like, you know that a car that has a horsepower of 130, that car is not gonna be very fast, you know. It can try all it wants, but it's not gonna be a very fast car, you know. At the end of the day, it's gonna be slow enough to be admitted in the streets, I guess. Also, yeah, this car is the second place for sure. This guy that is right behind me, that's the second place, I think. At least he was the one that had second place when the race just started. And considering that it's quite a fast car, I will say that it's still the case. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Lotus. It's one of the Lotus models. Not fast enough for my Camaro though. Are you telling me that my Sonda can't go on the streets? I don't know about the Sonda, you know. Like, I'm not 100% sure about the Sonda, but you wouldn't be able to bring, you know, cars like the prototype racing cars. You can't bring those to the streets. The Sonda, I really am not sure, because I don't think it's technically considered a racing car by itself, you know. I think that it's a car that is considered a hyper sport car, which I think most of them are probably illegal in most streets in the world. But see, for example, cars like the Bugatti Veyron are also considered hyper sport cars, or super sports, I guess. And those are cars that are street legal in a lot of places. I think the Pagani Sonda is in that same page, but I'm not sure. Just that nobody will bring a car like that to the streets, because, you know, that's like walking around in a gold suit, you know. Doesn't seem like the smartest idea, especially if you live, well, in the kind of cities that we live in, Yannick, obviously. Maybe it is a good idea in a country like Japan, but not here, I can tell you that. Just drive the red lights. Drive the red lights. I mean, doesn't seem like a bad idea, really. But, you know, the problem is telling the cars that are coming the other way to stop. That will be the tricky part. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I can lap this second place guy. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna pit in this lap. So if he pits in this lap, I can definitely overtake his sorry ass. Not like it really matters anyway, but, you know. I might overtake him again even if he doesn't go to pits. Nice. 2 more laps remaining. We should be mostly fine. Careful. Damn, I can't do that corner. With how my tires are right now, I just cannot. And this guy is not going to pits. Interesting. We are not going to pits. Oh, well, his lap. So for him, this lap that he's in right now is lap 28. So he's most likely gonna go to pits now. So I'm pretty sure he went to pits on lap 14, like the rest of the cars. That's something that seems that it's a share between all your opponents. They all go to pits at the exact same lap. So in this case, these guys are going in lap 14, pretty much just like the previous endurance. I wonder if all the cars are basically, like, regardless of the endurance, if all of them are programmed to go to pits at lap 14. Because I mean, I didn't pay attention in every single one of the endurance that I did already, but I think in a lot of them they went in lap 14. So I think that they are even dumber than I thought. They don't seem to even take into account tire consumption. They just go in lap 14. Hide my immersion ruined? Yeah, maybe. Well, the interesting thing is that in NASCAR races, for example, damn, he's not going to pits, really? Huh. Unless he's lapped by 2 laps, which might be possible. Not going to pits there is weird. But that's okay, I don't really mind. Unless he went to pit on lap 15. I kinda doubt that. It's either that he wants to pit on lap 15 or more than that, or that he's lapped 2 laps. Because otherwise I don't know why he didn't enter. And I was about to say that oval races like NASCAR, for example, it's a good idea that every racer, if they can, go to pits in almost the same lap. Because in oval races, something that is super important is the slipstream. If you lose the slipstream, like if you don't have any car close to you, in front of you, you will go slower than everyone else. So you don't want to pit in a lap that nobody else is gonna pit in, because that will essentially mean that when you get out of pits, you are gonna be all by yourself. You're not gonna have a single car in front of you that is gonna give you slipstream, and you're gonna be the slowest car in the race, pretty much. Even if your car is in good condition, like even if your car is in better condition than all of the cars in the track, you're still gonna lose. Damn, the yellow car goes to pits, but the red doesn't. Are you shitting me? Oh, he's there. So how many laps are you lapped, red car? Oh, he was in my lap there. So he was only lapped once. So what he probably did is going to pits in lap 15 or 16. Interesting. Or maybe he didn't go to pits in the whole race, for all we know. That would have been funny. But nice. We got yet another endurance, and I'm pretty sure another car with it. That's pretty cool. So that basically means that there is only one more endurance left, which is the 2 hours of the Rome circuit, which I'm obviously not gonna do today in case I needed to clarify. But what I can do today, at least for a couple of minutes, is seeing some of these rally challenges. I want to check them out. I also want to check out what cars I unlock. And I also want to check out if the remaining endurance has an HP limit or not. Because if it doesn't have an HP limit, I would like to buy a prototype car for this. So it doesn't have an HP limit, okay. So before I forget, let me check if in the Toyota car shop there is a special model that is one of the prototype racing cars. Not here. Yes, this one. The GT1 road version. I could buy that one. 1 million though, that's interesting. But yeah, this car prototype might be the best idea, probably. But that's something that I'm not gonna do yet. As I said, well, first of all, check the cars that I unlock. There were 2, obviously. So I got the 3000 GT Le Mans edition. Alright. Well, maybe I could use that car. Hey, that car looks very good, I gotta say. And the Denso Supra GT also looks pretty good. Yeah, I could use this as well, I guess. You heard shitty? Well, yeah. I don't know how to differentiate the pronunciation, to be honest. The pronunciation is probably slightly different, but you know. So, with this Subaru Impreza in hand, I'm gonna try to do some of the rally events. So before doing that, let me do the quick trick. What quick trick? This quick trick. There you go. Okay, so go race, and we go to rally events. So first of all, I want to see if I can actually beat this one. Because this is an event that I couldn't beat with my Peugeot 200 seats last time. I want to see if there is a difference in using a different rally car. I'm pretty sure there is no difference because they are all the same performance-wise. But it doesn't hurt giving it a try, you know. I don't know this Subaru. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a classic Subaru, but I still feel that it looks a little bit chunky, you know? I don't know, it just gives me that sensation. And this car might be actually slower than the Peugeot. No joke. Unless I kiss the walls like that. Kissing the walls like that seems to give me a boost. That was a very bad corner, but it's okay. So far, I am doing better than the Peugeot. I don't know for how long I'm gonna be doing better than the Peugeot. Lost a lot of time there. But yeah, I will say that this car definitely behaves different than the Peugeot. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I don't really think it's a good thing. Because it seems that this car takes a very long time to drift. Like I'm trying to make it drift, but it just doesn't happen. It doesn't want to drift. That's a shame. I wasn't that far. I don't know if I was closer than the other guy. Yeah, the Peugeot, I know. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could leave this one for last. For now though, I want my Peugeot here, so I'm gonna bring it. Let me bring Mr. Peugeot here. I could also try the Lancer Evo, which is the other rally car that I got. But yeah. Seems that that race is gonna, well, that time trial is gonna need to wait a little bit. That's okay. So let's go to the garage. Pick the... where the fuck is it though? Oh, here. 206 rally car. So let's do the Peugeot. Well, especially since Bravi is present. Let's use the French car. And let's go to Smoky Mountain North. The only good thing... Oh, we're racing against the Impreza in this one, the last event. So the thing about these events is that everything that is not the last event is 100% free. At least if you use this kind of cars and you don't fuck up so badly, right? But yeah. Let's go, Peugeot. Yeah, it feels like the Peugeot, I don't know. Like the Impreza seem a little bit faster, but the Peugeot just seems to have better handling. This it seems that it does corners a lot better. That's not a very good example of how it does the corners. But trust me, the car is good in corners. I just fucking suck, which is, you know, different. But yeah. It's a different thing. But yeah, as I say, this is gonna be free. At least the good thing is that this track is very easy. In fact, it might be the easiest track. I mean, look at the minimap and look how straightforward it is. So because of that, I think that this should be fine for the most part. Seems very straightforward. The question is how perfect the ghost is gonna be. Because if the ghost is too perfect, it might be a problem. I guess one thing that I could do today, I guess also depending on how long it's gonna take me, is doing every one of these challenges except for the last one. Like, if I lose the last one once, then I wouldn't retry it. And then maybe tomorrow I could just leave all of those last ones to try hard them there. Problem is that I really don't know how long it's gonna take. Some of this might be too hard. And this is pretty much like playing Trackmania, honestly. Because you're basically trying to beat at a specific time with nothing else, you know, annoying you. And also very dubious physics as well, just like in Trackmania, you know. Really need to know how to drift, because the handbrake can help, but I don't think it helps that much. I mean, after all, I say that before, but I'm pretty sure that the handbrake will obviously behave differently for a car that is stepping on asphalt and a car that is stepping on dirt. Clearly. I mean, it's not like the handbrake will do anything different, it's just like the consequences of using the handbrake will be quite different. Well, it does seem like the handbrake is still the most reliable way of getting a drift. Even if it's in dirt, it seems like it works quite well. I will say that it's a good thing. But the real question is here, like the actual real race here against the Impreza. Am I gonna be able to win? And that's the part that I don't know. Anything could happen here. Absolutely anything. Yeah, let's see. Let's just see what happens. Here. But yeah. We'll really appreciate being able to finish the rally races tomorrow so we can actually finish the game tomorrow. Will be very cool. As you can see, obviously the Impreza is at our speed, or at least very close to it. So because of that, damn, I already fuck up. Nice, that was pretty good. It didn't even take one corner. Not even one corner. How did I fuck up on the fucking straight line? Well, I mean, calling it straight line will be very generous, but still. Like, come on, dude. That's not where you fuck up. You're supposed to fuck up in corners. But it's as I say, every time there is a car close to me, I get nervous. And I know that this car is a ghost, but it still makes me nervous, you know. It makes me nervous regardless. Right, hopefully this time you don't fuck it up. Oh, nice. You did well. Yeah. Problem is that you didn't do very well there, but it's okay. Honestly, with how long you take drifting to doing that, there is not that much of a difference, but you know. Nice. That was very optimal. Oh, come on, you were doing so well. Well, I mean, we're still there, but yeah. That was tragic. Still not over yet, though. As you can see. Nice. It's all about this last corner, basically. Is that gonna be enough? Yeah, it is. Well, that was pretty free. Even after those huge fucks up, still won against the Impreza, but I think that's because this track is particularly easy. This track is probably the easiest rally track there is. Unless there is an oval rally track, which will be pretty funny. I wouldn't particularly discard it, really. You never know. Okay. I guess I could at least try to complete the first page of rally challenges today. There are also some rally challenges here that are in ice. They are not even in dirt, they are in ice. So this one is called Tahiti Maze. I don't know if I like that. Tahiti Maze? What you mean by maze? You're not inspiring me a lot of confidence here. Maze? Is this the one that I think it is? Yeah, it is the one that I think it is. This truck fucking sucks. I basically had a hot lap on this truck in the super license, and it was absolute trash. But the license times in rally are so permissive that I got gold regardless. Even though I drove like shit, it didn't matter at all. So yeah, this might be a problem. Also, I don't know what to think about the fact that the Peugeot 206 rally car is the second car in this track. Like, it's not the last one. So it's like the game is telling me that my Peugeot is a tier lower than everyone else. Is that what you're implying, game? You want me to prove you wrong? Well, I mean, I already proved you wrong. This car already won against the last tier anyway, so you're already proven wrong, but it seems that you want me to prove you wrong even further. Worry not, I will. Worry not. Damn, this guy is so far behind. I mean, I don't blame him. This truck fucking sucks, but damn, he's very, very far behind. It's actually a 2-minute track. It's quite long. So here I'm gonna have a mirror match against my own car, which scares me a little bit, but I think that I should be able to win regardless, right? It's also pretty funny how shitty the credits that these rally challenges give you are. Well, obviously if we compare it to the endurance ones, but obviously the endurance ones take a lot longer, obviously. But yeah. So mirror match coming up. Go versus car. Yep, I'm going against my own car. As you can see, literally the same car. But I should be able to win. I mean, after all, if this ghost is gonna treat this rally car as a second-hand car, they are gonna know what's coming. They are definitely gonna know what's coming to them. You are gonna regret it. I guess I'm more scared about the last race, which is against a Lancer Evo. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evo is probably one of the best cars. So, that's gonna be rough. Posta, you're finished drawing, nice. Good stuff. I'm gonna check it later. It's nice that you could finish in time for Easter, because technically Easter is not finished. What's wrong, Mr. Mirror Peugeot? Well, actually this Peugeot is doing relatively fine. This Peugeot is actually... Oh fuck, that was a problem. Is this guy really gonna win? That's a problem. Hey, come on bro, you ain't supposed to win. Don't do that. I didn't authorize you. I'm surprised because the previous race I had such a gigantic difference. But here, there is no difference. Well, yeah, there is a difference, but it's not in my favor. Huh, well that's weird. I don't know why that's the case. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be 2 minutes as well. Oh, actually it won't be 2 minutes. Well, it will be kind of 2 minutes though, okay. So that's a problem. God damn it. It's 4 AM where you are, oh. Well, I guess it wasn't quite done, but it's okay. Oh, these two are actually the same tier, look at that. Both the Lancer and the 200 seats are supposed to be the same difficulty. It's just that they are two different events, but they are supposed to be in the exact same tier. So this is gonna be hard because this track is a piece of shit, basically. Regardless of what car I pick, really. Doesn't really matter what car I pick. All of these corners are like this, you know. That's the fucked up part. There is no other secret. It's basically a track where every corner is like this. No other secret at all. Forgot to put the eyebrows. Why the detail? Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this. I don't think I can do this. This guy just like I mean the track just fucking sucks, what can I say? There isn't really much I can do here if the track is fucking garbage. I don't think this is something that will get fixed with another car or anything. Like the track is just straight up garbage. The worst car that I seen, them again with fucking car, the worst track I seen so far, by a long shot even. It really has to be the worst. There is no wonder why it's called Maze. It's not a track, it's a maze. Yeah, congratulations for doing a maze, asshole. What about this other one? Well, this looks a little bit more normal. A little bit. Not that much, but hey. Oh, and this is asphalt? Well, no. It's asphalt only at the beginning. It has some dirt here. Well, some dirt. Yeah, pretty much the rest is made out of dirt. I guess I could try the Lancer, but I mean, if I even got defeated by the pill shot in the previous track, I don't think changing car will change anything. You basically need to somehow deal with those shitty ass corners. This one at the very least seems a lot more straightforward, though these corners that you're seeing here at the end might be a little bit of a problem. These corners don't seem too friendly, really. At the very least, it's not corner after corner like that previous track, so it's gonna be fine. Nice. But yeah. It's a problem though, and it would be pretty sad if I could beat every rally event except for those. Because it's rough, dude. Those tracks are really not friendly at all. What is the last car in this track though? The last challenge? The Corolla. So we're going against a Toyota. That's okay. I mean, is it gonna be an issue? I don't know. You never know. That's the Lancia, right? That car there. Is that the Lancia Stratos? I mean, I know that it's called Stratos, but I mean, I think it's from Lancia, if I'm not mistaken. Not like it matters too much because he's gonna get destroyed anyways, but you know. Was just curious. I will say that he's holding his own very damn well. I mean, he's very close to me. He's gonna lose the advantage probably here, in this section that is nothing but... Well, if I hit the wall, all the advantage is gonna go down the toilet, you know. That's okay. I'm hitting many walls, not just one. And in rally, hitting the walls, like, it severely reduces your speed. It's not like in regular races that you can hit a wall and you can even go faster. I can't believe this shover is gonna win. Come on, dude, you can't let this shover win. Not like this. Are you really gonna let this shover win? I can't believe it, dude. That was embarrassing. This car is an absolute shover compared to the one I'm using, and it still destroyed me. I feel bad. I'm out of this fucking track. I want to try this though. Oh wait, there are... Well, this one in reverse I don't mind, but then this shit in reverse... Okay, let's try this one first though. The... Pike's Peak? Was that the name? Weird name, but that's okay. This should be fine, I think. Though, there are still dirt tires. There are no ice tires in this game. Oh, this is okay. This is an actual rally track. Like a track that has a beginning and an end. Interesting. If that's the case, well, it's gonna be interesting for sure. I don't think it's gonna change much, especially if the corners are this fucked up, you know? It's pretty much the same shit as if I was doing some of the other races. Very fucked up corners regardless. Look at this. This looks like an intestine. Like, come on. I know that it's supposed to be a mountain downhill. Like, yeah, I get that part, but goddamn. Yeah, I can assume that the last challenge for this one is gonna be fucking impossible. It's gonna be absolutely impossible. I mean, you can already tell that this shover-ass car is pretty close to me. So, I don't have too much hope on this. And this is also a very long track. Just like the intestine, I guess. At least there is some difference between us, but I don't know, dude. Seems hard regardless. Yeah, it's slightly longer than 2 minutes, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be a problem. For the last challenge, it's gonna be a problem. Well, at least we can keep going a little bit more. I'm pretty sure that the second one shouldn't be a problem. But the same thing I said about the previous one, and that Lancia completely humiliated me. I'm not so sure anymore, really, about that. You gotta go to sleep. Yeah, I'm surprised that if it's 4 AM you haven't gone to sleep yet. But yeah, have a good night, Bravi, and thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna do a couple more of this. Oh wait, this is the Lancia Stratos again. Fuck. Alright. I really hope I don't get humiliated again. I really do. And if I'm not mistaken, the Lancia is an Italian car, right? There will be quite the rivalry between an Italian car and a French one, I will assume. That's fine though. We are 100% fine. At least the Lancia seems to be a little bit behind. We should be fine. Even with this fucks up, it should be fine. These fuck ups, I mean. The question is how I will do against the... Well, I don't even know who the car is here. Who the last car is. I think I read it, but I kinda forgot. But that's fine. Whatever car it is, if I can keep a distance like this, at least it should be fine. Yeah, I did pretty much the exact same time as before. Yeah, this time needs to be enough for the other guys. I wish there was a way you could see their actual time, because this is a time trial, you know? Like, it's not like there is any AI involved in this, right? So because of that, I wish there was a way to know what time is the one that you are supposed to surpass. But it doesn't say. You're supposed to guess. Damn, another Lancer Evo. Damn it. Really like the Lancer Evo, huh? That's fine though. I can kick your ass. I can definitely do that. The question is if I will do it now. Well, that's a very good looking car. I like that black and red combination. He does seem slightly slower than me, at least on acceleration. The acceleration seems to be overall worse, but maybe he's way better on corners. And considering how many corners this shit has, that will be quite a disadvantage for me. At the same time, if you're a rally car and you don't have good acceleration, that also is not a very good thing, because most of the tracks, most of the corners, you're gonna exit them with low speed, so you know, it's one of those things that you don't really want. But yeah, at least the good thing is that it seems that I'm gonna win this one free. So I don't really get it. Feels like these times on these different tracks were set by completely different people, because for example here, this track, like, it's super free. Like, look at where the green dot is. I could fuck up even more than I'm fucking up right now, and it wouldn't matter, I will still win. And then you see the previous track that even the low tier car was able to win against me. So I don't get it. It's really like these records were made by completely different people. A little bit weird, but that's okay. Damn, look at that. Look at how far they are. I think it's because... No, I think I know what's happening. What's happening is that these people are not taking into account crashing into walls as a strategy, you know? Like, crashing into walls is not a valid strategy, so I think that these people are actually trying to beat the track legit. And obviously some tracks are a lot harder than others to do legit, right? And I'm pretty sure that this is one of those tracks that it's very hard to do legit. I don't feel guilty though. I mean, if I'm gonna do a track that has the shape of an intestine, I mean, I'm gonna take all the dirty ass shit that I could probably get. So yeah, it's the way it is. I don't feel guilty at all. So, for the next ones, the one that is definitely guaranteed is, well, unless the ghosts are much better, is this one. Wait, it says Nord. Oh no, never mind, it is Nord, the one that is easy. And for this one, there you have one in reverse and one that is a climb. Hey, that bike's thingy. I think I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna end the stream. I mean, I could do one more after this, but I also don't want to end the stream too late. It's just that I also don't want to leave too many of these races for tomorrow. Like, I want to make sure that tomorrow is the last stream of this game. And for that to be the case, I need to beat these rallies. And I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time. I mean, keep in mind that the endurance is supposed to be a 2 hours endurance. So you're gonna have like roughly, I will say that at least an hour to do the remaining rally challenges. And then I will need to do the cup. Problem is that some of these challenges, dude, I actually don't know if I can do them. And that uncertainty is kind of bad. Well, it's quite bad, not just kind of. Yeah. Well, the other thing is how long the shitty cup is gonna be the only one that is remaining, the last one. I really hope that one is not that long. Oh shit, I can lose control here very easily. Good thing that it really doesn't matter now because of the huge advantage I had, but that could be very bad. It's okay though. At least it seems that for the most part, this one, the same one as the hill climb, and I don't know about the other one, but it seems like they will be mostly free. I really don't know about the other one though, the one that is in Tahiti. So I think it might be the same that costed me a little bit, but I don't know. Anything can happen. I think that I'm gonna finish this one and I'm gonna end the stream, because if I do one more track after this, I might take a long time. Even if the uphill is completely free, because it is most likely completely free, so... But still... kinda need to practice this track in case the last time trial is not free. Which is unlikely that it wouldn't be free, but you never know. I mean, the previous one was against an Impreza and I won at the first try, so it shouldn't be hard, but still, you never really know. You could get surprised. Only because if it wasn't for the anti-turtle mechanics that this game has, I will have completely turned my car upside down. Would have been fucked up. I'm assuming it has that to avoid, you know, respawning you. I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation 2 Gran Turismo cars actually have that. Like, you can put your car upside down, and if that happens, I think they automatically turn it for you in like a second or something. I don't remember though what was the case, but I think it was something like that. But you know, it is still relatively hard to make your car do that. I mean, unless you're in a rally event, the only other way to do it in a normal race is by stepping on a piano at high speed. My opponent is a Lancer Evo again. Oh, and this one is fast. This one is actually fast. He ain't fucking around. And he's actually faster than me. And that's a problem for a track like this one. This track is super fast, so having a guy like this might complicate things. Yeah, that might be an issue. I thought it was gonna be free, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that free. So it's also good to know, this specific Mitsubishi Lancer Evo that I'm racing against is faster than this car, at least. I don't know if it's faster than other cars, but it's faster than the one I'm using right now. So that's good information, because it seems that all rally cars are clearly not equal. I mean the last tier ones. It's insane though, the difference between the second time trial and this one. Okay, I'm not winning this one. So how is this car called? Because maybe I can buy it and I can mop the floor with everyone else tomorrow. Like, it's a Lancer Evo, yeah, I get that part, but... Oh, it's just Lancer Rally Car. Wait, is it the same one I have? I don't think it's the same one I have though, but it might be. No, this one says Lancer Evolution. Wait, no, it might be this one. Yeah, it is this one, isn't it? Wait, let me try that real quick. Like, before I end the stream, let me try this, because I'm pretty sure it's this exact same car. And if it is this exact same car, well, it doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna win, but it at the very least should make it easier. Should make it easier. If this car is truly the fastest of the last tier rally cars. Let's find out. Let's just find out. It's the exact same car, right? Yeah, it's the exact same car. Okay. There are no doubts. So apparently you're very fast. Or at the very least you have very good acceleration. Obviously the problem with this is that if I'm racing against the exact same car, making mistakes will obviously make my opponent be on the lead. But let's see how we can do it, because maybe our opponent also makes mistakes, you know? Or not, I don't know. Doesn't seem like he's making mistakes though, not particularly. Oh, he did that one quite slowly. Unfortunately, I hit the wall there. Well, the wall, the limits, I guess. Not really a wall. Wow, very nice. Yeah, this one might be hard. Might be hard because it's basically a car that by itself is pretty fast, but it's also not making any gross mistakes or anything like that. Oh man, this is gonna be so fucking annoying, dude. Like, it's gonna be so annoying to get these ones where for some reason the developers decided to go nuts. But I want to try... No, not here. Just to give it a try, because I want to compare it against this one, the 200 seats. Because this car, we saw that this car is slower. So here I might be able to win. Hopefully. Let's see. This track is absolute trash though. But that aside, I might be able to do this here. As you can see, I am faster than the Peugeot. Obviously that's not gonna matter much if he does the corners better than me, obviously. That's fine. Don't worry about it. But it would be nice to get rid of this shitty ass car. Car. Damn it, I keep saying car instead of truck. I don't get why. Like, I'm trying to insult this truck and I insult the car instead. I think that's because in the game itself, I haven't really been insulting any normal truck, you know? Like, all of the trucks that I played in this game are relatively normal. I mean, the one I like the least is the Rome Circus. I really wouldn't call it shitty. But this truck is an absolute disgrace. Like, look at this shit, dude. Like, some of these corners, it seems like you might do them faster if you just do it at foot. If you just walk these corners, feels like you will do them faster than trying to drift with these things. So that will mean that that previous race that I had against this Mitsubishi might be the hardest one. Because this car clearly seems way faster than the Peugeot and possibly the Impreza as well. So it might be the case. Alright. I guess I could try the track that... Well, the time trial that comes after this and see what's going on. Also, I did this in 55 seconds. Well, 1 minute, 55 seconds. When I used the Peugeot, I did this in 2 minutes. So that's 5 seconds of difference, dude. And it's not like I played any better, you know? I did the exact same shit. Alright, so let me try... Against who is the other one? Isn't it against a Lancer Evo 2? Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully it's not the same one, but it might be the same one. And if it is the same one... Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. But no, it's not the same one, right? Yeah, it's a different one. I don't know exactly what is different, I mean, other than the appearance, clearly. Maybe that's the only difference. Maybe the only difference is that the colors are inverted. In which case, that will probably mean that I wouldn't win this one. But let's find out. Let's not do any forecast before trying. That one was quite slow. Yeah, and that one was pretty slow as well. That might be the difference that is gonna fuck me up. Or is it? think it could be anyone's game. Really could be anyone's game. Hopefully it's my game though, that would be cool. Oh, that was a terrible corner, Jesus Christ. It was absolutely terrible. I think that everything I gained in a previous corner went down the drain right there. Oof. Oh. No, that's fine, that's fine. We're fine. Oh, we're not fine. Yeah, you're not supposed to ride the wall like that. I know that wall rides look nice, but you're not supposed to. There you go. Still won. And that was a slightly worse run than the previous one, so it went very well. Nice. Alright, so it seems that the car to use for all of these rally challenges is this Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. It really seems like that's the case. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this now. Or not, because I forgot to save. Alright, one more then. And by one more I mean the other one. The one that is... the other one that I didn't do, probably because of the car, this one. Which is with a Ford Focus. I don't know about the Ford Focus. Is the Ford Focus any faster than me? I don't think so. Might as well try. Damn it, I forgot to save like a fucking moron. It's okay though, don't worry about it. So this Ford Focus, I really doubt that this Ford Focus is gonna be faster than me. And by me I mean my Mitsubishi, clearly. It doesn't seem half bad though, but let's find out. Oh, definitely putting in work. I think the main difference with this track compared to a lot of the other tracks is that this track has very wide corners. So every time you drive against the wall because you can't be bothered to brake, you travel a very long distance, which ultimately makes you lose a lot of time compared to doing the corner properly, I mean. Oh, I lost a lot of time on that jump. It's okay though, don't worry about it. Still got it. Yeah, we got this. Damn. So the solution was just getting a Lancer Evo. It seems that the solution to all your problems is basically getting a Mitsubishi in Gran Turismo. Just get a fucking Mitsubishi and all your problems are gone. Look at that. I remember when I did this with the Peugeot or the Subaru. Like, I was so behind that car, that Ford Focus. And with this shit, it's just murder. Absolute murder. Okay, remember to save. Yes, please. Alright. Whew. So yeah, I think I'm finally gonna leave it for today because been playing a little bit long, you know. I really wanted to get some of these rallies out of the way, especially because, you know, for the most part, I really want to finish this game tomorrow. And as I say, there is one more endurance, the rally events that are left here, and the last Gran Turismo tournament. Those are the things left, and I'm pretty sure I can do them all tomorrow. And because of that, I really want to try that. As you can see, there is Tahiti Dirt R3 and, well, that shit there. So we should be able to clear it. Or at least I have the hope that I can. So, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream tomorrow. So have a good one and take care.